The joys of my life is that I get to do the broadcast.
Woo.
And we are we're almost broadcasting live. There we go.
You just not need to tell, or is it just some of the interpreters? Uh,
Yeah, most of them don't care, which is fine. And I don't mention it to them. Some of them actually see it when it happens. Uh, and some of them uh pay attention, but it's not the biggest thing. So I don't even worry about it. And I don't mention to
well,
I don't bother to discuss it when we are
yeah,
on when we're actually live. So because I don't want anybody to go back and look at anything and be like, but we told you because it's recorded somewhere. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't mention it.
not very many people see it. Just us.
Yeah, and you guys, oh wait, duh, doofus. Did you really just do that? You probably did. Whatever. Still doing the thing. Still doing the thing. Should be. Yeah, good. Oh, look at that. All right.
Working.
Yeah.
Well, the one girl said it was against their
Yeah, the rules.
policy,
Yeah. And I'm like, okay,
but James does it all the time. But then you don't see them.
correct.
Well, we
So
never used
that
to
would be
see
the
them
difference.
either.
Yeah. Good
We
morning,
never used.
Jerry. Good morning to the interpreter. I
Gary's
can hear
on.
neither one of you, but Jerry doesn't actually say anything. I'm sorry, my hair is a mess this morning. You're right.
Uh, Here we go. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I haven't learned sign language yet, so every time Jerry makes a random hand gesture that I don't know but looks something like something I would say, I just say random things.
No, you're okay. 45 minutes of it. That's fine. Okay. Let's see.
Awesome. And for time frame relevance, just so you know, Jerry is on the East Coast. Miss Twyla happens to be in the Mountain Time Zone, and I'm in California on the Pacific Time Zone. So, and we may have people in the Central Time Zone pop in at some point in time as well. So we are all over the country as far as time zones are concerned, and I'm the one who's awake the earliest.
Except when I come back after being out of the country.
Yes, when Miss Twyla's time zone adjuster, internal time zone adjuster is all screwed up
Off.
because she's spent way too much time on another continent.
Come back and get on the call and nobody's home.
He's like, why aren't you guys on? And we're like, because you're way too early. Like even I'm not getting up that early, so cut it out. Oh man. So yeah, Jerry, I don't know if you were able to see. Oh,
I am a morning person.
ah, I am both a night owl and a morning person. I don't like midday, which makes me fun.
Yeah, it's nap time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give me a nap.
There's
Okay. Good morning,
Mama
mamas.
Sandy.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
Good.
Getting
Uh,
ready to put on
J
my makeup.
oh, go. Or you look fine without it. Whatever.
It ain't gonna happen.
I know.
Right.
Surprised she even flashed the camera on for that long. Um, Jerry, I don't know if you were on the call yesterday afternoon. Did you see the call or last night, I guess for you, 8 o'clock?
Yeah, it was in the evening.
I got to do a replay because I wasn't, I'm not at home on Tuesday evenings.
Yeah. Good morning, Miss Erica. Yeah,
It's a
James
good
did
one to do.
this is
Oh,
the
I wasn't. No, I
Morning.
wasn't home.
okay. Yesterday's onboarding team onboarding call, James changed it up a little bit. He didn't do the regular onboarding. He actually did an introduction to the machine 2.0 for us, and it was awesome.
Yeah. I'm like,
Uh,
oh, wow.
so super stoked about the fact that that's coming. Um, the revamp of everything, and I think one of the things I want to have everybody do today is to make sure, uh, um, let me not jump ahead of myself. Um, so a couple of points about the Machine 2.0. Point number one, James has started to play with it and he's been testing it out, and so did Tammy Egbert. She also got access to be able to test it out a little bit. And they've been making sure that all the links work the way they're supposed to, that whenever you click on something inside the system, it goes to the place where it should be going. That everything that's supposed to be referred back to the brand partner gets referred back to the correct brand partner, that kind of thing. So they're just making sure that on the tech end of things, that everything is working as smoothly as it can right now. Um, I always expect more crazy when technology is concerned. And so James is working to uh, keep the amount of crazy down to a minimum, just as the Revolution did when they started rolling out their um, their version of the Machine 2.0 to their team. Um, Only a few people got it up front, and only a few teams at a time would be loaded in to make sure that all of the uh, links and emails and all the associated pieces and parts were working properly for everybody. Um, so they're in that, oh, I guess we can call it beta testing phase of this point. So for us, for our team, for the Warrior Movement, yay for being part of the Warrior Movement. Woo. And so we get it next week.
Next week?
Yahoo.
Next
week.
week.
It'll start. Not everybody gets
Next week is when you're going to start rolling it out. I'm not going to guarantee
Oh,
that you're going to get it like on Monday. It might not be till Friday that you get it.
because I thought the 10 and 2 people got it first.
They will. They get it next week for sure.
And
Okay.
then vice president above.
Correct. He said vice presidents and above would be the next group that he would try to roll it out to. Because, okay, for those who are confused about the hierarchy in there, from where James and Becky sit at chairperson 2, underneath them are the ranks of chairperson 1, CEO, president, senior officer, officer, senior vice president, and vice president. So from vice president all the way up to James is where they're going to start unrolling, like rolling things out next week. Fortunately for us,
I'm a PI.
no, not no, no. Fortunately for us, as they start rolling it out to those level people, those people will be getting it, but then it'll spread out to their teams. I'm hoping a little better. And so people who have ranks underneath those people, so like our heads of state, the royal family of Zamunda, as I lovingly refer to them.
Dana and
Um,
Amelia.
Dana and Amelia, the royal family of Zamunda, are their CEOs.
Yeah, they're
So
CEOs.
they're just, two positions under where James and Becky are sitting right now. So they're level CEO. So from them then coming down there and filling in all of those things underneath them, you got to remember though, our team is only, what they say, 800 people now, maybe. It's only like 600 or 800 people.
Oh,
All?
wow.
Huh?
That's all?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've got a ton of room for growth. And I am super excited, which by the way, I need to go look at that too. I am super excited um, by the fact that that includes Canada. Um, I don't know how happy y'all get whenever Canada gets something at the same time we do, but I get excited when Canada gets something at the same time we do. I think it's awesome. Because they not only deserve it, but they need it just as much as we need stuff. The fact that they have the launch of the day night drops up there finally. And the machine 2.0, the link takes into account where the person who is signing up is signing in from, and it will take them straight to the correct version of the shop and the all the correct information. I love that I can be here in San Diego, send my link to somebody in Ontario, Canada, and it will show them the Canadian version of the store all by itself.
I have,
I don't have to do any changing to it. It just automatically understands where that person is signing in from.
I think I have dual citizenship.
You do because I don't know how many of you saw that yesterday, but that was awesome. It was awesome that they did it. But because you are on the Pam and Tuin's team, congratulations, young lady. Your photo got put up. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, okay. I'm like, that's not the one she gave me.
What I hear you.
So yeah, Marifel and Jesse did the ones like for everyone who's going to PXP for their team, and lo and behold, Mama Sandy and Miss Teresa popped up in there.
I
Um,
know.
I was like, all right, now there we go. Um, then they were kind enough to throw me in there later on in the fact because you guys are comedy.
But some,
Yay.
I'm technically not on the Canadian team.
but
They will be
Teresa
seeing me in
gave me that
Canada, but
other
they will
picture
not
for
be.
me.
I'm not on the Canadian team. Um,
No, Amelia and Dana should do yours, right? Is that what you're saying?
I already did mine.
Okay.
I
You
don't
did
wait
your
for
own
them to do
goals.
myself. I don't wait for Million Day to do myself. I just do it myself. Um,
I
the
seen it.
only
It was
time I
good.
let
I liked it.
the only time I let Ms. Amelia uh, do any kind of posting for me is when I rank up.
Yes.
I'm like when I get a rank up, I'll let them do it because
I
otherwise
did, I
it seems
did
a little
try
more.
to, I think I did have the picture, but I couldn't do the writing with it. So
Oh yeah,
we gotta practice with
and
that part.
actually, I can probably go through that this morning as a quick way to do stuff. Um, because Miss Amelia sent you everything. Like she gave you the picture. She even gave you the word. When you're going into Telegram and you're posting a picture, it asks you if you want to add a caption. Yeah, you just copy the words she gave you as the caption, put it there as a caption, and it posted the proper way. So, but I can do that this morning as a training type of thing. Um, but yeah, back to this is me trying to stay focused at 6 o'clock in the morning. The machine 2.0, uh, the link is going to be super simple, which I can't wait to do. And I can't wait to shorten it and put it into my, um, I don't know. I'm gonna figure out how that's gonna work for me. So many options on how to send that link out, and make it easier and shorter for people. But I want to say that when James showed us his link yesterday, his and Becky's, yeah, uh, super simple link, very easy, and I love how when you initially go in and set up your background information, put in a picture of yourself, which means I got to find a nice picture of me that someone else has taken. I do great selfies, but I don't want to find a picture of me that someone else took. Um, but yeah,
It happens.
it's very it's going to be so much easier to get people into the loop the way James described it. And he said this before they went to Bali and then let us know that, you know, this had happened. Like he landed and he's like, I got an email that says I just got a brand new partner. When he landed in Bali. He's like, I haven't talked to this person in like who knows how long. Um, and they went ahead and just did the whole signing up thing all by themselves. Um, which if people are able to handle the signing up and the onboarding stuff by themselves, which is what we're working for, by the way, we're trying to not be part of like a focal point for their onboarding. That's what the systems are for. I can send you the link. I can tell you where to start, but once you started, I'm stepping back. I don't want to be a part of that onboarding process. I want you to do that yourself because then if that happens, then the next person that they bring on will be able to do the same thing. The goal is for us to duplicate this stuff, and I can't duplicate me signing on 1,000 people in like 2 days. I mean, I could because I'm me, but there'd be no
Do
sleep,
it.
and I
You'd have
can't do
less hair than you have now.
right. Woof. Oh boy, that 2 days of signing of like literally onboarding 500 people a day basically is what it would be. If I was keeping it even, knowing me, I pushed to get like 700 done on the first day. Uh, but I couldn't give everybody the same level of one-on-one attention that some people in my recent past have needed when it comes to onboarding.
Watch your tongue. Watch
Not
your
you,
tongue.
Mama
Watch.
Sandy.
I
Girl,
know
it wasn't even
I'm
you.
good.
I got a new brand partner. I'm not even talking about you. You've been in for a while. I got a brand new
I'm
partner.
for it. I try to get these people to do it themselves because I sent out a couple yesterday and they still haven't done. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to do it for these people.
Do what?
Wait till the 2.0 comes out. They said to go back to all your old people and have them go through it.
Have them do what?
Oh,
You're going to go do what for them?
well, I got potentially two new business partners, but they haven't even gone in there. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I'm so sick of people not doing what they tell you they're going to do.
Oh, you ain't used to that by now, Mama Sandy. Most people will like lie to you, like straight.
Some
Well,
will
they
do
won't
it.
lie to your face, but they will look at you dead in the face and say, Absolutely going to do that," and then never do it. Um, and that's okay. That's just the way people are.
I
And
don't.
you've been through this long enough. You know the
Longer than
words.
you. A lot longer than
Um,
you.
you also know the rule when it comes to that. And
Uh-huh.
so what?
Yeah. Next.
Right?
Next.
So what? So
Yeah.
when? So next? Who's next? Um,
There's
You know, when you get old, you don't have much patience. When you get
well,
more
exactly when
mature,
did you get old?
I'll go with that one.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly. When do you think you went and got old on us? Cut it out. The one thing I'm not going to let you, I did not let my grandmother refer to herself as old till she was in her 90s.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got some time to go.
Okay. Oh,
I would literally look at her and she goes, I'm an old lady. I'm like, woman, you ain't old. You are still walking around under your own power. Ain't nobody helping you. You're doing this all on your own, and you are like literally 89 years old. So don't complain to me. She made. I think she was finally like it was either 92 or 95 when I said, okay, fine, we can call you old now. But I would
um,
not let her refer to herself as old prior to that. No, out of the question.
I just got through rubbing down with some ointment.
Well, amen. And yes. Okay,
My
fine.
daddy
If you're gonna
refused
do
to
it
do it because
now.
he said he didn't want to smell like ointment. So he refused to do it.
He's like, I can't walk around smelling like that.
Mm-mm.
Smelling like an old person.
Hopefully you can't smell this.
Sure, cover it over with lavender, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I did.
See, works every time. Let's see. That one. That one. Since everyone seems to be doing this at this hour of my morning. There. All right. So the machine 2.0. James says it should start rolling out next week. So in the grand scheme of things and patience level, uh, uh what do we call that? Expectation management points here. Uh, expect 2 weeks. James said 1 week. I'm expecting 2 weeks because as soon as they start rolling it out to the first group of people, they're going to find something that needs to be fixed, adjusted, corrected, whatever. And so it's going to take time for them to handle that stuff and make sure it gets done. If I manage my expectations and don't expect anything to be delivered to me, because again, under promise and over deliver, it's always a lovely way to live my life. Um, if James says next week, which is basically going to be July 11th, is a good date for when that should happen, which is next Friday. I'm going to say, okay, then by July 18th, I should have access to the machine.
And he'll be out of town. Oh, guess who's on the academy call? Me.
No, I saw. That's coming too. I got words for that one too.
Okay.
So with the Punta Cana trip coming up and everyone going as many of the teams going to Punta Cana as are going to Punta Cana, I'm almost guaranteed. Oh, it's her birthday today. I'm almost guaranteed. Sorry, I just looked something. That James and Becky are going to want to have uh the machine 2.0 rolled out to the entire team before they leave for Punta Cana. Which, if we back that up, since Punta Cana starts on the
Not the
17th,
16th. Not
uh,
the 16th.
yeah, well, so the 16th is the day everyone flies in. So I'm guessing at least by July 15th,
I'm
which
flying
is
in on the
literally
15th.
2 weeks from today. Actually, 2 weeks from yesterday. Um, so
Actually, I start flying on the 14th. The night of the 14th, I have an overnight flight.
oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, y'all got travel coming in and stuff. So that is
I
probably
was
for
flying because I
sure the time frame that we will have that everyone on the team will have the machine 2.0 by, and I'm going to say this, just let's just cap it at July 15th, which is a Tuesday. We should all get it next week, but keeping my expectations as managed as possible, I'm not going to freak out if I don't have it by Friday next week. If I get it by the 15th before they leave for Punta Cana, awesome.
Yeah, I don't know when they're leaving. I'm supposed to arrive on the 15th
Yeah.
because I took 2 weeks. I took 2 days before and 2 days after.
Yeah. And most people, I mean, I'm not, well, with James's travel schedule, Lord. Yeah. All of that going on. So there's a lot of that's happening during that week. Which is why I'm pretty sure why they're focusing on getting everything rolled out prior to their departure. And then while they're gone, just experience like reaping the benefits of look at the machine working while in the background while I'm out here on a beach in Punta Cana. Come back home and you got 5 new brand partners and you don't know what just happened to you. So that's going to be kind of a fun thing that people will be able to do. Yeah. So that's thing number one. So the machine 2.0, if you did not catch yesterday's onboarding training at 5 o'clock Cali time, 8 o'clock East Coast time. It is recorded. It is on the Champions Network YouTube channel. You can go in there and check it out. It is up and running and already posted because that's where James broadcast those. So it was a great one. It was a great presentation. Honestly, I highly recommend going to look at it. He goes into some of the details about how it works and what happens when this happens and that kind of thing. And you click here, this happens, you click here, this happens, and guess what? It's all tied to you without you doing any extra work. And it's none of that get back to the person who sent this to you stuff, which is the one thing that usually ends up,
Getting
bulking
lost.
our forward progress. Because people are like, oh, I need to get back in touch with so and so, and they forget to get back in touch with you. And so this takes that level of impedance out of the way. Sorry about that word. So
I
that's
was
the first
doing a
thing.
lot of that yesterday. Get back with me.
What?
Just what you said.
Oh, the things that are holding you back.
That don't. I was yeah. I was doing a lot of getting back with me, and they don't.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's the way we have to do it right now. One thing that James did say, he says, since it's not coming out till next week, right now, what you can do is sell the sizzle. You can sell the sizzle. And what he means by sell the sizzle, if you've got people who are wanting to be brand partners or contemplating the possibility of that one day in their future becoming a brand partner, let them know that things are about to get really easy for us.
Yeah, because that's my sell to a lot of people. The done for you, because this is truly a done for you system.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff that other companies already don't have in place. Like they don't have our current machine. I mean, they have to do things the old-fashioned, really hard way in other companies. And we have at least the benefit of the machine 1.0, which does the email drip campaign that keeps people in the loop and that kind of thing. The improved 2.0 version of the machine is going to give us so much more flexibility in how we do our stuff because we don't have to chase people down further. It already feels sometimes like you got to chase a person down to get them to do something because they're like they waffled and forgot. And so many times I get back in touch with somebody like a week later and they're like, oh, thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot to get back with you. My life got busy, whatever. You will still have to get back in touch with people. But
And somebody to approach me.
well, I mean,
I had forgotten
will.
her, and I had forgotten her, Louis, and so I got right on it, and now she still hasn't gotten back to me.
Yeah,
She approached, it's crazy.
it's how people are going to behave, Mama Sandy. I guarantee you, I've got people who do that to me all the time.
Well,
And
I've been having
life
that for
happens.
years.
They get
You
I've
know,
been
busy
having that
and
for years, so I do know.
yeah, I'm like, I've got people who literally say to me, "Oh, I can't wait to, try this product." They're like, "Send me the link." Because I'm like, "Okay, boom, here, send them the link." Crickets.
then they'll call you back or they'll say, oh yeah, well send me the link again.
Oh, and I've sent the same link to multiple people multiple times, and I'm
Me
like,
too.
and I have to do it with the thought in my head. One, don't be upset because whatever. I don't know what's going on in their life. I'm not living their life with them. I don't know what's happening. They may have family, kids, children that are having a moment, whatever. They may have job things going on or something like that. Whatever it is that's got them distracted and they're having their focus not on doing the thing for me that they said they're going to do, because I'm probably the least important thing on the list right now. I have to give them some grace on that one and be like, okay, cool. Well, let me know when you're ready. If you need more help, if you want me to walk through it with you, we can sit down and do it right now. Plan ahead some time for that. But I give everybody that length of grace that says, I don't know what's happening inside your life, And so I cannot say that you are ignoring me, stringing me along, just doing this to irritate me. You know, it may feel like that sometimes, but that's literally not what's actually happening. You know, some people are like, oh my, I'm so sorry. My kid got sick. My grandkid got sick. My dog got sick. I get a lot of my dog got sick. It- and I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry that it's happening. And I take the focus off of the business and say, are you okay? Is your child okay? Is your grandchild okay? Is your dog okay? Like what's going on? What happened? Do tell. I'm more concerned about them as a person than I am about them as a customer or a partner. If they say to me, oh, I've got all this going on and things are crazy, I'm like, all right, let's take the focus off of this business thing first and let's put it back over here in our personal relationship. Because there's a reason I'm having conversations with you. And it's not just for
Got it,
business,
Marie. That's life.
right?
You got it for a young person. Mama
You know,
said,
I'm here for people to people.
right. And
And so
that's what we do.
that's literally what we do and how we live. And that's how we make this work. When you tell James or Becky, and especially James, you know, James, something's going on. James is the first person to like basically shut down everything he's doing and say, okay, what can I help you with? How's it going? What's going on? What do you need? What's happening? You know, tell me about it and help you find solutions for whatever your problem is. If that's what you want. If you just want him to listen, he's there for that too, which is awesome. But if you need him to help, brainstorm some ideas on how to come up with a solution for your problem, he's absolutely there for that as well. You know, and I love that they are those kinds of leaders who are truly servant leaders. And you know, no matter how busy his day may be, he's willing to take the time to help out as best he can, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
because this is the first time in my history that a person of his ranking works directly with the team. Usually, you got to go through.
exactly. Like we in past years, I mean, yeah, love James Bradford to pieces. You know, he was great.
Yeah,
And he would from time to time literally drop into different uh areas. But you know, I don't think James was as available as James, which is kind of a fun thing to say.
Jamesy then.
I don't think Bradford was as available as Zane because uh Bradford was literally, I think he was just trying his best to
well, you
to
had to
meet
be a
every
certain
team.
rank to have access to
Yeah,
them. I mean, you had to be up there with them
yeah,
to have access. You know, so
yeah.
you
And
No,
it's funny.
I
So
talked to James one-on-one.
yeah, it's fun. I mean, honestly, half the fun was even though I never went past the rank of I'm gonna say it the way y'all hate it, Garnett. Uh even though I never went past the rank of Garnett and Kayani, um, I always took an active role here in my area with all the events that we have and all that kind of stuff, and always going to the different conventions and stuff around the country. So when I went to like if James came out here, James recognizes me.
you had to be amongst them, like you said, in his presence to get that attention. I made it to Sapphire, and I know one time I was recognized when I had a one-on-one with him in New York, and when he found out my age, because at the time I was 73, and he kind of pumped it up too in the sense of where I was at my age because he couldn't believe it. So, but other than that, being in his presence,
Mhm.
on as Twyla is saying, to get access, but the training in which we did have, was it the university? Did we have some university?
Diamond
Yeah.
University.
Yeah, because that's where I was in New York. Um, Matter of fact, I was in New York when they were denying that COVID was in the United States and walking around and all the Asian people had on masks and we weren't sure yet because it was me and Teresa and we just didn't know because so when we would go to a restaurant, we're sitting in the corner because we're just not sure what's going on in terms of COVID. And we got back and I know she had a horrible respiratory infection. So I don't know. We I didn't get sick. I guess later on that was maybe a month or so later, but I don't know if we had COVID or not during that time. But that's when people were dropping dead.
Yeah. And I mean, that access to James would show up in different areas of the country to help out the leaders in those areas. I got lucky out here because we had the Thornhills living here in San Diego at the time. And anytime we had a major event out here that James would come to, I'm the guy at the door. Like everyone knew me as the guy at the door. Welcome to being the gatekeeper, literally. And so I would help with setup, I'd help with breakdown, I'd help with some of the AV stuff from time to time. And I was absolutely the guy at the door holding the line back and letting people in accordingly when they're ready, getting everybody who's in line pumped up. I made sure that even though I didn't have a rank,
You
I
were
was still being
seen.
of service to everybody.
You were being seen.
Yeah, I was being seen. And to this day, it's still like sort of like weirds me out when Julia Thornhill would walk up to me at a convention. She'd be like, "Hey Louie." I'm like, "You remember me?" Like, Jules, that's awesome. And she makes a point of coming over and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Same thing for Brandon. They're busy. They're super busy. They've got teams of like hundreds of people underneath them, and I'm not even on their team. I just happen to be a guy who was on a sideline, not even like I'm never part of their team. But I was at every event that they had down in San Diego. And then, so when they see me at a convention in Vegas or in Utah, and it'd be back when we were at the last convention that I went to in Vegas, Julia was like, "Hey, Louie." I was like, "Hey, Jules." They've moved 3 times. God only knows where they've landed. By that point in time, I
They're in
haven't
Utah.
either of them. They're somewhere now. I don't know where they've
They're in
finally.
Utah.
Is that where they're staying now?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I get lost in their stuff. So, but I hadn't seen them in person in at least a year, like since the previous convention, and it was simply from being seen by them, and being willing to say hi.
did they
Like,
stay with Amari?
yes, they have.
Yes, they are.
I thought I saw Monday when we were going through that training in terms of Facebook. I saw a Thornhill. It was going so quickly when James was showing his friend list. I thought I saw a Thornhill. Like
You probably did.
yeah, he
They're
probably was trying to
they're really
recruit them.
tight. Thornhills and James are real tight.
No, no, no. I'm talking about. Oh yeah, James. He's tight with them.
Oh, very, very, very.
Oh
Wait, are you talking our James or their James?
James Bradford and James.
no, I'm talking about our
And
James.
G means our
no,
James.
no. They probably know. I mean, people that are in that line, they see.
Yeah. So last year when Eric Worre had that big thing where with the presenters at his home or whatever, Julia was there at the same time and presenting the same as James was there, our James. And
Okay.
so yes, they do know each other. In that sense, they've met, chatted, whatever, know that they are in the same field, whatever that is. However, that part, yeah, it's not as close as one might think, but they do have acknowledgement of who each person is, which is great, and necessity actually. I am looking at my next title going, this is going to be fun. Sorry, I have moments when I get mildly distracted. So sliding back over to my original thought, because I've got about 5 more minutes, maybe 10. Machine 2.0 coming out next week. Today, Wednesday, pray for us. It's Wednesday. It's a busy day. We've got this meeting now at 6. We've got the IPA call at 7, and the IPA call topic is actually the IPA call. It is literally the income producing activities call. So for people who have been doing the do for the last few days, today is the day when we call into this call, and this is when they want to hear the stories. This is when they want to find out what's been working, no matter how small it is. Thanks, Paula. This is when we get to share with each other our best practices, our best business practices, our triumphs as we've gone through and done this in short form. Don't get long-winded. Just, you got something to say, get in there, say it, move on. They don't need the entire backstory. They just want to know what you did that worked, who you did it with, and did they become a customer or partner? Move on with your day. And so, if it started with, I posted this, somebody hit me up and said, I saw a link. I saw your link. Can you send me more information? I followed up with them I followed up with them using boards. I followed up with them, what felt like 15 different times. I followed up with them however your follow-up went. Or they saw a link, or they saw a post that I put up there. They asked for a link and purchased immediately. Whatever happened, but don't get long-winded on the explanation, and then say they either became a customer or the partner, whatever the deal was. And that's what worked for me. It was a post. Which post worked? That's when you tell them which post it was that worked. I've got somebody right now who's liking my photos. Old friend of mine. Never done it before. I'm like, okay. You're watching. Keep watching. I'm about to call his wife today. Let's be like, what's up? Because it's her birthday. That's why I'm calling her. Also figuring out where in the country they are because they travel. But yeah, that today is the IPA call at 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, it's the BOC call. And today's BOC is, don't make me lie to you. There, should be here somewhere. Yeah, today is the IPA call. Today is Kelly Smith. The triple E method is her topic today. So we got Kelly Smith, and I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to Kelly's calls whenever she does the BOC call, but you always lead with homework. She always has a call to action. She always has an action plan. She always has something for you to do to be more active and productive in your business when she is done with that call. So be ready to take some notes and do the homework she's going to have us do. That is the 8 o'clock call. At 9 o'clock, God willing, we'll have the council call, the F10X council call. Don't know. We probably will today because of the Machine 2.0 coming out next week. So we are going to have to talk today about the rollout of that. So is there anything that you guys want to have brought up during the council call that we need to talk to them about? I know we're going to talk about accommodations at the convention in September. I know we're going to talk about t-shirt logos, shirt logo stuff. And I know that we are going to talk about the team meal that will be happening, because that's the thing. And I'm really looking forward to that, because y'all know I love a party when we get together. And since yesterday's presentation of from the Pam and Tulins of all the Canadians that are coming through, my phone was blowing up when Miss Sharon was sending through all the pictures to the two separate groups. I'm like, Miss Sharon, you're killing me right now. I can't do anything on my phone. I'm like standing there just holding the phone going, stop dinging. But there are a lot of Canadians coming down for PXP. So we get our Canadian team in town. We get the Harpers will be in town. We get Janine and Rick Kearney are coming to PXP. Saw their photo go up yesterday, and I was like, okay, yes, we got our Aussies coming into town. As of right now. Oh, by the way, and just so you all know, I talked to Shay yesterday.
Shay?
Shay, our Shay, she's alive. She's well.
Shay LaFay.
Shaylin Lefebvre. She is
What's
alive. She's
she
well.
doing?
And Erica, this one's for you. I told her that she needed to talk to you about a room for Dallas. So you're welcome. So she doesn't know she's going, but she said she'd look into the stuff. She turned off all of her notifications for everything, so she doesn't look at it. She doesn't look at it. I'm like, you need to go in and look at it right now. So go. So. But yeah, so if you don't message her directly, she won't see anything. And by message directly, I mean like literally send her a text message. But yeah, she's still nannying for the kids. They've got trips coming up and stuff. But I gave her the dates for the convention. I put it on her radar. I made her aware of not only the dates for the convention, but also that Miss Erica is looking for roomies. So Shay handle. Still working on chatting it up with Daryl. Daryl has not responded back to me. Sorry, Mama Sandy. But still working on talking to Daryl. And
I got to reach out to her
who else did I say I was going to talk to? There was somebody else.
because I think Daryl has his ticket.
He does.
Yeah.
I think he does. So,
yeah, he does.
He doesn't usually miss the international convention. So
You should also remind him that he needs to
register the ticket.
Register his ticket.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure he gets there and does that. I have no problems like harping on him for stuff like that. Okay, cool. That part being said, cool. That boom boom. It is Wednesday. Do we have a Wednesday night meeting?
No, not yet that I know of.
I don't remember anybody saying anything about anything. Oh no, we do. Wait, you don't. I do. I have a 4:00. The Millionaire Mentorship meeting is this afternoon.
Yeah, it's at 6.
Someone
4 o'clock your time.
It's 4:00 my time. I'm saying, welcome to my world. So that one's happening. I'm like, wait, I know there's another one. I've got a 4:00 meeting that's happening. So yeah, so boom, 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 boom. I don't know if there is another team meeting or if there's another corporate call coming out today. I haven't heard about any of those yet, but keep an eye out for stuff. They will announce it through the Warrior announcement channel if it's going to happen in Telegram. Tomorrow, and I'm going to put this one out there early because this is what Ms. Twyla was mentioning earlier. Tomorrow morning's IPA call is the Champions Academy. That is tomorrow morning's call. I'm going to tell you right now, you need to be on that call. Even I am going to try to be on that call because they are going to have the guy who programmed the machine as the guest speaker. And I am so stoked to be on there to hear this guy talk about what he actually intended for this machine to do and what it's eventually capable of and what's possible for it to do, that kind of thing. It is I'm so excited that this is going to happen. It's crazy.
It's an awesome opportunity. I mean, you don't usually get to talk
is.
to the person that designs it.
It is such an insane opportunity to be able to hear from that guy directly, like the guy who programmed the machine.
And that's what makes That's what makes Partner Co. so different from any other company that we've ever been associated with, because they seem to put us, I mean, we get to hear everyone. I mean, in terms of what they're doing in this company, because just like, what you were saying, Louis, where were we? PXP, the last time when we were in the room with them?
Yeah, we had the head guys. We had Dan Colley. We had the head IT guy in the room. We had the head IT guy in the room at
Yes,
PXP. And he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, coming down the pike are these things. Like we're changing up the shopping cart. We're changing up the website. We're changing up this. We're changing up that." We're all
You
like,
also got his phone number so you could call him direct.
yeah.
right.
What do you need? What do you
He's
want?
like, "If you need to call me, here's my number." We're like,
Right.
"What did he just do? Oh my gosh!" Like he made it so amazing. And I mean, you don't get that anywhere else. And the fact that I'm pretty sure let's see, Dan Colley was at PXP. Oh, not at PXP, but he was at Destin as well. Now he may not remember me from PXP, but he's gonna remember me from Destin because I wore the green outfit in Destin. And so when you see me in Dallas,
You're going to be flying there,
um,
boy.
hard to forget, no matter what. I'm just gonna, y'all know me about y'all know that about me. But I'm gonna leave a very lasting impression in Dallas. Um, so yeah, I'm that person.
You may
Um,
not be heard, but you
A
will be
lasting
seen.
impression anywhere, Louis. I don't know
I,
what's going to be different.
oh,
What's going
you'll
to
be able
be
to see
different?
across the room, Mama Sandy. That's the only difference. I had people stopping me in Destin going, "I've been enjoying your outfits all weekend." I'm like, "Thank you." I'm like, "You ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till you see me at the party on Saturday night." Uh, you know, um, so I'm
The
looking
green was
forward to
my
all these
favorite.
events because of the way my personality is and because of the way I stand out. People will walk up to me and introduce themselves and say hi and whatever. As I was leaving Destin, I'm in the airport. I'm dressed as normal as possible. Got a baseball cap on. It's full on
You are
plain
a
casual wear.
celebrity.
Somebody looked at me. She goes, "I remember you from this weekend. You had on all the cool outfits." I was like, "Oh, okay, yes."
Thank you.
Like I did. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, um, it's
Louis,
it's
who was that?
been.
Who was that at the was it when we were in the silver that had on, he looked like he had on one suit, his head and everything. Was that
Oh, the bodysuit guy?
yeah.
Yeah. And
Who
when
was
you
that?
at PXP or at PXP, English, Louis, at PXP, he was the guy in the silver suit. At Destin, he was the guy dressed as a leprechaun.
Okay. I remember
I got a
that.
picture with him.
I mean, the
Oh,
leprechaun.
was
I
it the
didn't see
same
the other
dude? That
one.
It
was the
was
same
the
dude?
same guy.
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Remember that?
At Destin, he was the one at the Emerald Party dressed as a leprechaun. He had a
Who's
basket
this
of like products.
weirdo? We're all like looking at him.
Yeah, and he had dyed his hair all sorts of red.
We're,
Uh, it was great. He was a really fun guy, actually. He was really fun to talk to.
we're
And
all trying to get his
Jerry
product.
and I actually got a chance to meet him and talk to him and everything. So it was really cool. Um, but yeah, so
Remember
we
everybody was
we got pictures
remember
with
everybody was
him.
trying to get his products.
Yeah, he was passing out products from his basket. He had a basket full of products. Awesome. We have
6 minutes.
6 minutes to get out of here. So I'm going to bounce like this and we're going to say this has been fantastic. So Miss Erica, make sure you get in touch with Shay, send her a message, tell her you love her. And then everybody hop on the calls because the calls today and tomorrow are phenomenal. Other than that, I will say thank you so very much to the interpreter. We greatly appreciate you being here and helping out. And you guys go have a magical day.
I will. I'll be spending time with my family today. My sister's here.
Oh, magical day. Love you guys. Have a great one.